In this video, I am going to show you how to add integers. Now, before we get to adding integers, what exactly is an integer? All right, so take a second and jot this down in your notes. Integers, by definition, are whole numbers and their negatives. So anything from 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to infinity positive, and then -1, -2, -3, all the way to the left for negative infinity. You notice that integers do not have decimals or fractions, so we are going to be working strictly with whole numbers and their negatives. When we do operations with integers, there's a couple of things I want you to notice. Notice some numbers have parentheses around them and some don't. And most of your textbooks that you're working with integers are going to put parentheses around negative numbers like this because that negative is being separated from the operation. So in this problem, -7 plus -6 minus -9 plus 8 minus a -2. The negatives, beginning negatives, don't have parentheses around them, although they can. But once we go past the beginning number, we have our operation, and then if the very next number is negative, they put parentheses around it, and it's just to pretty up the problem so that you're not confusing your minus sign with a negative sign. So now that you kind of see how operations with integers are going to look, let's get to the rules for adding two integers. Okay, please pause the video and copy down these notes. All right, now that you have the notes copied down, let's take a look at the rules for adding two integers. When the signs are the same, meaning both numbers are either positive or both numbers are negative, we are going to add the numbers and keep the sign. So what that means is, in our first example, 4 plus 3, we have a +4 that we're adding to a +3, and because both of these numbers are positive, we're going to add 4 plus 3 and keep the sign of our answer also positive. Same thing when I'm adding two negative numbers. A -3 added to a -6. Because these are both negative numbers, add 3 plus 6, and our answer is going to also be negative because when I'm adding a negative to another negative, the answer is going to stay negative. So we add 3 plus 6, and then we add the sign of the negative onto our answer. So again, when the signs are the same, two positives, our answer is going to be added together and it's going to stay positive. When the signs are the same, two negatives, we're going to add the numbers and the answer is going to stay negative. Let's take a look at the rules when the signs are different. When I am adding one positive number to one negative number, even though the problem is going to have a plus sign in it, we are subtracting the numbers. And we are going to keep the sign of the bigger number. So for example, a +8 plus a -3, again, the parentheses there just to separate the plus sign from our negative, +8 plus a -3. One sign is positive, one number is negative, so we're actually subtracting 8 minus 3. The physical number is going to be 5, but the bigger number, 8, is positive, so we're going to keep our answer positive. Our last example here is -10 plus 4. One number is negative, that 10. One number is positive, that 4. So instead of adding, even though we have a plus sign here, we are going to subtract 10 minus 4 to get 6. And because 10 is the bigger number and 10 is negative, our answer is going to stay negative. These rules seem really confusing because even though there's a plus sign in the problem, sometimes you're going to add and sometimes you're going to subtract. So I'm going to teach you a few tricks to show you how you can do these where the rules won't be as confusing. So let's take a look at those 4 examples that you wrote down in your notes, and I'm going to give you 3 tricks to help you add integers. Trick number 1 is using the number line. So again, 4 plus 3, you learned that in kindergarten, but back in kindergarten, you didn't know there were negative numbers. Whether they're both positive numbers, they're both negative numbers, or we're adding one of each, we can use a number line to find our answer. So whenever we're adding on a number line, you want to start at 0. So I'm just going to draw a line down here to start at 0. And we want to add 4 plus 3. Well, because the number 4 is positive, that means on our number line, we're actually going to move to the right 4 places. So I'm going to stop right here because I'm going to 4. And I'm adding a positive 3 to that. Well, since this 3 is also positive, that means we're going to move 3 more units to the right. So while I'm sitting at 4, let's move over 1, 2, 3 more units. And where we land is our answer. So using a number line, a positive number means move right. Adding it to another positive number means move right again. And where we land will be our answer. Second trick is to actually use what we call math manipulatives. Get your hands dirty in here. So I'm going to be using unit cubes to show you how you can add integers. So first thing you want to do is pick a color to represent your positive numbers. I'm going to go with green. And then pick a second color to represent your negative numbers, and I'm going to go with red. So if I wanted to represent 4 plus 3 using number cubes, I have a positive 4, so that means I need 4 number cubes here. So 4 green number cubes because this 4 is positive. So here's my 4 green ones, and then I have another positive 3. Well, that means it's positive. I need 3 more green cubes. So there they are. And because all of my cubes are the same color, all I want to do is put them together and count how many I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and my answer would be positive 7. All green means add them together and the color doesn't change, it stays green. Last trick I want to teach you on adding integers is simply think money. A positive number is money you have in your pocket, a negative number is money you owe somebody. So in this case of 4 plus 3, 4 is a positive number. That might be $4 you have in your left pocket. 3 is another positive number. That might be $3 you have in your other pocket. If you take all the money out of both of your pockets and put it together, you have a grand total of $7. Let's take a look at our second example. This time we have negative 3 plus a negative 6. And remember, those parentheses are there to separate the plus sign from the negative. If I'm going to use the number line, we always start at 0 on our number line. My first number up here is negative. Whenever your number is negative on the number line, you're going to move left however many places it tells us. Negative 3 means move left because of the negative 3. So from 0, I'm going to move to the left 3 places, and that's going to land me right here. So now I'm adding a negative 6 to that. Well, because my second number is also negative, I'm moving left again, this time 6 places. So from my new starting point of negative 3, I want to go over to the left 6 more. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I am going to land at negative 9. So on a number line, again, negative number means move left. Adding it to another negative number means move left again. And where I land is my answer. I'm landing at negative 9. Look at this problem using our unit cubes. So again, positive numbers I have represented as green. Negative numbers I have represented as red. So if we take a look at our first number of negative 3, negative means I need red cubes, and 3 means I need 3 of them. And then I'm adding that to a negative 6. Well, negative means I need red again, but this time I need 6 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since all of my cubes are red, we're just going to put them together and count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means my final answer is negative 9. Again, when the signs are the same using the rules, a negative and a negative, add 3 and 6 and keep your answer negative. The last trick is, again, using money. So positive number is money I have in my pocket, negative number is money I owe somebody. So let's say I have negative 3. I owe my friend John $3. -6 means, well, I owe my other friend Bill $6. Well, if I owe John $3 and I owe Bill $6, that means I owe my friends a total of $9. Let's take a look at our third example. 8 plus a -3. Using our number line, we are starting again at 0. We always start at 0 when we're using the number line. The first number is +8. Positive means we move to the right. So from 0, I'm going to move to the right 8 places, and that's going to land me right here. But my second number, I'm adding a negative number. Whenever we add negative, we move left. So from standing at -8, I need to now move to the left 3 places. So move to the left once, lands me at 7. Move me to the left a second time, lands me at 6. Move to the left a third time, and that's going to land me at my answer of +5. Now remember our rules. Again, when we're adding two numbers and their signs are different, we are actually subtracting the numbers themselves. 8 minus 3 does give me 5. And because 8 is the bigger number and 8 is positive, my answer is positive. I'm doing this example using our number cubes. Remember, our positive numbers I'm representing as green cubes, and my negative numbers I'm representing as red cubes. So if we take a look at our problem, a +8 means I need 8 green cubes. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. I'm adding that to a -3. That means I now need 3 red cubes. Here they are. This time, my cubes are different colors. So what I want to do is match them up. So I'm going to take 1 red and 1 green and match them. I'm going to take 1 more red with 1 more green and match those. And I'm going to take 1 more red and 1 more green and match those. And we call these different colors zero pairs, which means they cancel each other out. So 1 red and 1 green disappear. My second red and my second green disappear. My third red, my third green disappear. And what I have left is going to be my final answer. I have green cubes left. That means my final answer is going to be positive. And how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So my final answer is going to be a +5. And again, no need to put the plus sign there, but I'm just putting that there to emphasize it's positive because we have green cubes left. Using the trick of money. Remember, a positive number is money I have in my pocket. A negative number is money I owe somebody. So if I have $8 in my pocket, but I owe my friend John $3, I'm going to pay him his $3, and I'm going to have $5 left to spend. So +5 left. For my last example, let's go back to using the number line. So -10 plus 4, I'm starting at 0. And because my first number is negative, we are moving left. So I'm going to move to the left 10 places, which is going to land me at -10. My second number is a +4. Positive means I'm moving back to the right. So at -10, I need to move to the right 4 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is going to land me at my answer of -6. And again, signs are different. One negative number, one positive number. We are subtracting 10 minus 4 to get our 6. And because we had more negatives than we did positive, the answer is going to be negative. This example with our number cubes. Remember, positive numbers I'm representing as green. Negative numbers I'm representing as red. And I have a -10 to start, so I need 10 red cubes. And I have a +4 for my second number, so that means I need 4 green cubes. And since they are different colors, we're matching up 1 to 1. So I'm going to pull 1 red and 1 green, a second red and green, a third red and green, a fourth red and green, and these are my zero pairs. So these are going to cancel out and they're gone. And what I have left is going to be my final answer. I have red left, so that means my answer is negative. And if I count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my answer is going to be -6. If I'm thinking money, $10 is money I owe. I have 4, I'm going to pay the 4 back, but I'm still going to owe $6. I hope this helps for adding two integers.